welcome back to my channel. So today's look, we are going to use the controversial palette of Anastasia, which is Subculture. Now, me personally, my opinion on this palette is I love it. I think the pigment's there. There is some kick up with the shadows, but that doesn't bother me personally. So I actually love it and am going to get a lot of use out of this palette. So the first shade that we're dipping into is Dawn, and I'm going to place this directly into my crease, packing on most of that color in the crease, and then when there's no more product left on the brush, I'm going to blend it up towards my brow bone. Now I'm taking the color Edge and I'm going to repeat the same step. I'm just going to put this color slightly lower than the color Dawn, and I'm blending that all the way from inner corner to outer corner and going to build up the color. I'm going to go back in with that first brush with no additional product, and I'm just going to blend out those edges so they're nice and diffused. Now we're going to go in with the color Roxy, and I'm going to take my fluffy brush. This was a MAC 242, and I'm going to pack on this color in the inner corner and blend it up towards into the crease, and then I'm going to take a more precise brush and pack it on a little bit more so we have that nice precision in the front of our eye. I'm just taking my concealer, which is the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to carve out my lid. So what I did is I just placed the concealer on my eye, and then I open up my eye to see where my line should be, and then I'm going to carve out the lid. And I'm just doing this from the inner corner to about pretty much halfway of my eye. I'm not bringing it all the way to the edge. This is the color that I probably had the most problem with, is Electric. I wanted it to be so pigmented because it's such a beautiful yellow green, but it just was not working for me. You'll see, I actually put it in the video so you can see that I went in probably 3, maybe 4 times to get the color payoff that I wanted from this color. This is probably the only problem I had with the whole palette, and it's such a shame because it's such a beautiful color, but I went in with 2 different brushes. I even wet my brush and it still didn't get it to the intensity that I wanted, but it is what it is at this point. So now, as you see, I went in with All Star, and this is the color that I'm going to pack on the outer V of our eye. And I go in a little bit at a time because these shadows are very pigmented. So I'm just going to build up the color little by little, packing some on, blending it out, and then packing on a little bit more. And again, I'm just blending out and diffusing those edges so there's no harsh line. And I'm just using the same blending brush I did before with that Edge shade with no additional product. To darken up the look slightly, I'm going in with Rowdy and using my same brush and just going to pack that onto the furthest part of the outer V and blend it into All Star. For lashes, I used Ardell 207s and I did them off camera along with my eyebrows. I have other videos on how I apply my lashes and how I do my eyebrows. I'll link those in the description bar or in a card up top. And now we're going to go in with our face products. So I used the Too Faced Hangover RX for my moisturizer. And then I'm using, of course, my tried and true Pores No More Pore Filling Primer. I love this stuff. Holy grail. We'll never probably get rid of it. I can't find anything that beats this, so if anybody knows any other ones that I should try out, please comment below and let me know, and I will try those out. So I'm just placing this all over the face, and then I'm going to go in with my Peachy Hydrating Milky Mist and spray that on there before I go in with foundation. Now, I didn't put a clip for foundation, but I did mix two. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, and I mixed soft ivory and soft beige to get my perfect shade. And I'm going to place this first with my foundation brush and then blend it out with my Real Techniques sponge. Before going in with my concealer, I'm going to color correct underneath my eyes because I have dark circles, so I'm using the Naked Skin shade in Peach to color correct that. Then to highlight and conceal, I'm going to place this directly on top of that corrector, and this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and I'm using the shade L9 Neutral. I'm also going to highlight the high points of my face, my chin, nose, and the middle of my forehead. To set everything in place, I'm going to use my RCMA Note Color Powder. I almost forgot the name. And I'm going to bake my under eyes and pretty much anywhere that I concealed. And I'm also actually going to bake on my frown lines so there's no creasing there because I hate that. For bronzer, I'm going in with the ColourPop and Alexis Ren duo. I'm using the color Golden Moment, I believe it's called, but this duo is called Topaz. And it is a little bit orangey, so I do go in with a light hand and I blend it out with the duo fiber brush if I get a little carried away. And if I do that, it works for me. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to take away all the bakage and blend all the excess all over the rest of my face, so our bronzer, blush, and highlight will blend nicely. Before going in with the bronzer on the rest of the face, I want to go ahead and contour my cheeks. I'm going in with the Hoola bronzer and this Morphe brush. So I like to use that first brush to place my contour, and then I go in with my NARS Ita brush to blend it out, because sometimes I get a little carried away with this brush. I don't know why, but I do. So I like to place it down first and then blend it out. And then of course I'm going to carve out my jawline as well. Now I'm just going over with that bronzer and blending it into my contour. Moving to the lower lash line, we're pretty much going to use all the shades that we did on top, and we are going to mimic that on the bottom. So I'm just taking that color Edge and going to blend that down towards my lower lashes. And then we're going to go in with Rowdy and then All Star and Roxy and place those closest to the lash line and then blend the edges. I'm just going to go in one more time with Roxy, All Star, and Rowdy and just darken up those colors because we may have lost the intensity while we were blending the lower lash line. To put in my waterline, I said two for a very long time, we are using the Makeup Geek liner in Plumeria, and I'm going to place that in my waterline. For the inner corner highlight, we're going to use Cubed. And then, of course, my well-loved MAC Emphasize, I'm going to brighten my under eyes and place that directly under there and on my chin, down my nose, and the center of my forehead. For my blush, I went in with MAC Cantaloupe. I wanted something not too crazy just because the eyes are very colorful. So I'm just going to blend that onto my cheeks, into my bronzer and contour. And then I finally got my hands on the Ultra Glow Highlighting Powder from Kylie Jenner. This is in the shade Fiji. It's a beautiful, intense, like golden champagne color. I love it. One thing I will say though, I feel like it did emphasize a little bit of the texture that I had going on that day on the side of my face. So to tone that down, I did go in with a duo fiber brush just to buff that out a little bit so you couldn't really see the texture. And I think it did all right, but it is a really intense, beautiful highlight. I highly recommend them. For lips, I'm actually gonna go in with an Anastasia lip. I just couldn't decide if I wanted to go in with Heather's or Sad Girl. So then I decided to use the lip palette and I went in with the number 5. And of course they don't come with, you know, lip liner, so I just outlined my lips with the pencil brush that it comes with, or lip brush I should say. And I'm going to put this all over my lips, and then I actually put in the center the number 1 just to add a little bit of dimension to my lipstick. Last time, I'm going to go in with my setting spray and just set everything in place. And once you do that, then your look is complete. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you're not subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button before you leave. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.